Welcome to another music saga. This one is Twilight edition. Something I like to do on my channel is kind of deep dive into the cast of various TV shows or movies that I like and look to see what musical performances they've done, whether it be in film or in their own personal life with like original music or a band. Before I start, I do want to apologize if I mispronounce any of these names. First on the list is Jackson Rathbone, who plays Jasper. Jackson sings and plays just about every instrument. He formed his band 100 Monkeys in 2008 with two of his high school friends, who funnily enough were both named Ben. Their first album was released in 2009. It was entirely improvised and recorded in one long take.
She was young, but she liked to act younger than she was.
They toured a ton, hitting almost every state. Jackson left the band in 2012. Soon after, the band's Twitter page released info announcing that Jackson and his lawyers informed them that they could no longer use the name 100 Monkeys. And in 2018, Jackson debuted a solo album, American Spirit Blues.
Don't let them run you.
He says his kids inspired the softer tone to his new music. Most recently in 2021, he provided some music for a Netflix movie that he was in called Mixtape.
I'm not your enemy. I do not fit in any boxes that you made.
Moving on to one of my favorites, Nikki Reed, who plays Rosalie.
Tell me it's not my fault.
Nikki's debut music was a joint effort with her ex-husband and American Idol alum Paul McDonald. They released their first song, Now That I Found You, in 2011, and an EP the following year.
All my life I had been so scared, and I never knew I never wanted you there.
The duo had multiple songs featured in films, such as the 2014 film The Road Within, and the 2018 film Breaking and Exiting, which was directed by another Twilight alum, Carlisle.
We always felt so long, I tried to pick you up.
And they even got a song in for the final Breaking Dawn film. It's called All I Ever Needed.
Baby, you're baby, you're all I ever needed.
In 2014, Nikki released her first solo single called Fly With You. I was full-blown obsessed with this song when it came out.
Give me some of that, give me some of that, give me some of that, give me some of that.
Nikki also featured on a song with a group called Braves. It was a 2018 single for charity called World's on Fire.
We fly higher as we're shaking in our home. There's no place I'd rather be.
Up next is Robert Pattinson himself, Edward.
I'll wrap you in my arms and let me sign.
Sadly, there isn't much music from Robert. His acting career really pushed the music to the back burner. After Harry Potter, he lived off the money for a while, thinking his life would go in a musical direction. He says he misses playing at open mics, but he didn't really like the videos ending up on YouTube. I'm sure most Twilight fans know that Robert has songs featured in the franchise.
For nothing can be done.
Besides the full-length songs, Robert actually created the melody for Bella's Lullaby. Early on during filming, Robert would just improvise on the piano. What he played was then reworked in for the film. In 2008, Robert lended his voice to an indie film called How to Be, about a struggling musician.
And one of the disenfranchised in the East End.
In 2018, two films called Damsel and High Life also featured performances from Robert.
In sync with mine when we're apart. Willow, are we rushing forward? Are we standing still?
In June of 2022, a track titled The Last I Think of You appeared on Spotify under Robert's name with no explanation, and it's got people curious if it's really Robert Pattinson or just an internet troll.
honest, I think this might be the hottest night on earth. I think of you.
Moving on to the other lead of the franchise, Kristen Stewart, who plays Bella.
This ain't no life I'm living in.
Though there is no original music from Kristen, I still wanted to mention her for the couple roles where she played guitar and sang. First of which was for a 2000 film called Into the Wild, where she played a young Californian singer named Tracy.
Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo.
Kristen said before that she had never sang for anyone. She also sang in the role for Joan Jett in The Runaways, a 2010 film about one of the first all-female rock bands.
As I was getting dusted, I happened to get busted. Oh yes, I was arrested. Oh God, how I protested.
Joan said it was like looking at her little sister. Kristen briefly mentioned making an album, but saying that she would need to change a lot to do so. Not too sure what that means exactly. Up next is one that really shouldn't be in here, but I had to include it just because I had to. It's Peter Facinelli, who plays Carlisle. He doesn't have any music, but I had to include him because of his super fun cameo for a music video. Tessa Violet shot for shot recreated the iconic baseball scene for her 2021 song, Games.
Whoa,
Well,
totally.
totally.
Nothing wrong with us at all. But you keep on playing games with me, games, and you always gotta play with me.
Moving on to the other father of the franchise, Billy Burke, who plays Charlie. To my surprise, has been singing since he was a child and joined his first band at 15. He even had a deal with a major label that fell through, which made him turn to acting. He's released 2 full-length albums, the first called Removed in 2010.
I remain removed. I remain removed.
And in 2018, The Underkill was released.
Make it through another day. Baby's always gonna be trouble in the way.
Up next is almost self-explanatory, and it's Anna Kendrick, who plays Jessica.
I got my ticket for the long way round. 2 bottle whiskey for the way.
Anna is probably most known in the cast for having music. She has multiple singing roles in films such as Trolls and Into the Woods.
Fall is exciting and all. Once you're there, though, it's scary. And it's fun to deceive when you know you can leave, but you have to be wary.
And I'm pretty sure everyone has heard Cubs from Pitch Perfect playing in a store at one point.
And I sure would like some sweet company. And I'm leaving tomorrow, what do you say?
Another vocal appearance from Anna was in 2003 in a movie called Camp, where she performed the song Ladies Who Lunch, which is originally from the Broadway show Company.
Another reason not to move. Another vodka stinger. I'll drink to that.
The next few are going to be from the Wolfpack. Up first with Booboo Stewart, who played Seth.
Make it hurt so bad, the way you talk like that.
One of his earliest musical moments was being a former member of the group T-Squad, a 2006 Disney pop hip-hop group.
Bubble from the T-Squad coming straight at ya. I'll put it down so the beat is mad fat ya. Boom goes the kick, the hi-hat ya. Here comes the hook, you know it's gonna kick.
He's done a lot of work with Disney. He also appeared in the Disney films The Descendants as Jay.
The streets, it's your day. Turn it up, now's your chance.
These streets named after us because we paved the way.
He does have original music that he wrote and produced himself, and is also the singer for that band Honey.
Wrong, but it feels so right. Strap your gloves on tight. Need your attention through the night. You make it hurt so bad.
The next member of the Wolfpack is Kiowa Gordon, who plays Embry. Kiowa actually started in music before trying out acting. He was the singer of the 2010 metal band Touche. After taking acting classes and eventually landing Twilight, he took a couple years off of music until releasing a single in 2012 under the alias Nature Baby.
I really wish that you stop pretending. Brings out the worst in you, brings out the worst in me. So are we really through? Why is this happening?
Up next isn't really a member of the Wolfpack herself, Tinsel Korey, who played Emily.
Look back at the angel that you used to be.
Tinsel is a singer-songwriter who plays guitar and piano. In her spare time, she mentors Indigenous youth in acting and music as well.
When you were playful, full of love, when we were happy.
She's been writing music side by side her acting, and people were unaware. She released her self-funded debut EP, Seize the Day, in 2012.
If you're looking for someone to lean on, I can't be your shoulder.
Moving on to vampires, up next is Mia Maestro, who plays Carmen. Mia has performed a lot around New York and LA, and in 2010 featured on Love Is My Condition by Faithless.
Once the shore has been fire.
Her debut album actually has a song on it that's featured on the Breaking Dawn soundtrack. And in 2014, her debut EP was released. Interestingly enough, was recorded in Iceland.
Blue-eyed sailor, come home to me. The ports are open. You're home.
Here's a character I wish would have been in the movie more, Alistair, played by Joe Anderson. Joe has multiple music parts in film, with roles playing bass and trumpet, but he's probably best known for his performance in Across the Universe, where he sang covers of Beatles songs.
Anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulder.
He also played bassist in the biopic Control, about the English band Joy Division, where he and the band actually played live during filming. For the last of the good vampires is Andrea Gabriel. Andrea taught herself to play guitar and piano, and released a country song called Clever Girl in 2013, accompanied with a music video conceptualized by her.
Usually not like this, see I'm usually a clever girl. 'Cause I know that you're not what I want.
Up next almost needs no introduction, and it's Dakota Fanning, who plays Jane.
I'll give you something to live for. Have you and grab you until you're sore. Hello, Daddy. Hello, Mom.
In 2006, Dakota starred in Charlotte's Web. She sings a lullaby written by Danny Elfman, who's best known for doing The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Go to sleep, my little one. The sun has said goodbye for now.
Another singing role that she had as a child was Hounddog in 2017, which is influenced by Elvis Presley.
Well, if your baby leaves you and you need a place to dwell, well, it's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel.
Dakota's biggest dive into music was playing the lead singer in The Runaways alongside Kristen Stewart.
Sleep on the streets when you're not at home. Long, hot summers make you wanna fight. The roar of the city lasts all night.
The real-life Cherie praised Dakota for her portrayal, and actually says that she collapsed onto the floor in tears of joy when she found out Dakota was cast to play her. I agree that she did an amazing job, even though Dakota says singing is something she has always been self-conscious about.
You wouldn't believe what I can do to you.
And to save the best for last is Jamie Campbell Bower, who plays Caius. I I'd say Jamie has been more involved in music than any other cast member. Aside from his impressive performance in Sweeney Todd, he is a very talented musician.
I feel you, Joanna. I feel you. I was half convinced I'd wait.
Before starting his band, he had performed various acoustic songs online.
You won't be waiting, you won't be waiting. And I'll give the ghost up of what we had, so leave me shaking alone.
In 2015, Jamie formed his band Counterfeit alongside his brother. They released various singles until their debut album Together We Are Stronger in 2017, which I've got to say took over my whole 2017. Counterfeit toured a lot as well as playing festivals. They released a few more songs until disbanding in 2020. Since then, Jamie has been releasing solo music under the name Jamie Bauer.
When you fall from the sky, my blood runs cold and I feel paralyzed.
I hope this was as interesting for you as it was for me, and maybe you found some new music to listen to, especially Counterfeit. Thanks for watching.
I feel paralyzed. I feel paralyzed.